a great look at an unmistakable venue. Welcome to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Today, a good one in store here. It's the New York Jets and the LA Chargers. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And off we go from SoFi. Here's Isaiah Davis on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. I know you love this guy, Brock, a fellow lefty like you, now in his 6th season, Tua Tagovailoa.
I've heard from many of Tua's peers in the league that there's just not a more accurate guy. If you wanted to just do an accuracy test in the NFL, yeah, Tua's going to hit that target as much as anybody in the league. Avoiding injury and being available is really the only question mark now in Tua's career.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Davis. He's got room to roam. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Okay, if that first play is any indicator, this offense is going to have one heck of a field day. I'm talking a big chunk of yards on the ground and some big-time confidence, too.
And what a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First down, and they go right back to it. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he covers up after a nice gain right near that marker. Going to need a little bit more now on 3rd down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
3rd and 2. Now Tagovailoa. Taylor going downfield. It's caught. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Hits him on the out route. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for completion. That's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, I'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach the 2nd down. Tua now from the gun. It's caught right side by Johnson. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. That's the line, he's going to run for it. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Jets.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Shotgun handoff to Herbert. And we'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines should have wanted a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot. I can't wait to see what they do here on second and goal.
4-yard line.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Pressure's there, and the Chargers got him. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's third and goal.
Ben, even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
After the sack, offense dealing with third and goal now from the 10. Motion man left is Johnson. On third and goal, it's Tagovailoa. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the defensive down away from completing this stand. It's fourth and goal.
Such a promising drive and just a couple snaps ago, but now back-to-back sacks, drop backwards, and this field goal, well, it's not a gimme anymore. Got to hope you can knock it through and salvage some points out of a series that went so wrong.
So on fourth down, here comes Nick Folk to attempt this for the Jets. This from 35 yards away. The kick by Folk is good. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
All in all, Kate, I'm going to call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. This is Hassan Haskins now to return it. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They're led out by the 6th-year pro out of Oregon. Productive his entire career so far. You and I are both big fans of this guy, Justin Herbert.
Herbert's one of these rare quarterbacks that when he is on, he makes this game look effortless and easy. Part of it's his throwing motion that's crisp and clean with great power. And it's also an athleticism. He'll make you pay with his legs, too. Man, he is just a joy to watch.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. He's got Quentin Johnson, complete. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage. Sometimes teams breaking the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Herbert on first down. Getting out to his left. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line.
The positive of that effort, you didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on second down.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. All right, they bought him a little room. That run good for 6 on 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, really break the backs of a defense.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Johnson finds the football, complete. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10 now from the 30. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
Still working from the 30 as they line this up. Second and 10. Herbert now off the play fake. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. First carry here for the rookie from UNC. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Herbert back to throw. He gets this one against him. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers pull ahead 6-3 in the first. No hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or could they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive.
By the luxuriness of the highest metric. The city just made a sweep. People diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling. Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Jets getting ready for this first and 10. Davis with it. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. And that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. He put a receiver in motion left. Tua off the play fake. Complete out to the right. Not a lot of room for him. He makes it to the 34. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson. Third down, Chargers have 6 DBs out there. Tagovailoa now working from the gun.
The pass. Dante Jackson on the tackle. 3 and out. Fourth down.
Now on fourth down, here's Austin McNamara out to punt for the Jets. Ladd McConkey back deep for the Chargers. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line.
Taken.
Can't hear it no more.
The Chargers
Stand up
take
to the
over
man,
first
can't
and
feel
10
no more.
at their own
Don't feel it no
31-yard
more.
line.
Jump in a minute, but can't steer it no more. Riding the wave, but now you're chilling on shore. What's it used to being rich when your inside's poor? This, but you don't want to see more. You want to see more.
This is our last play of the quarter. Here's Hampton, open and dry. And he manages to get back to the line, but no further, as we're at the end of one. That's the end of our opening quarter. 7-3 is our score. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They have 2nd and 9 for their first play. Back to Hampton. He couldn't quite break it. Still a 5-yard gain though. 3rd down.
You make that call, just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big vehicle between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's going for it himself. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Has him on the quick hitter. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Herbert, quick out wide, complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule. You get a little something coming out of it, too.
11-yard line.
2nd down now. They need 7. On the counter, it's Hampton. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
They send the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, Herbert. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
For the Chargers field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
Dicker connects there, and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. You couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away.
For the Chargers.
On the return, here comes Davis. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Right side, cut by Davis. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
We've set it downs from 37. Tagovailoa on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Zone read. They'll give it to Davis. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they have a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
3rd and just 2 to go. Running back sent in motion left. There he is on 3rd and short. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
From their own side, they're going to go for this. They need about 2. Now Tagovailoa on 4th. This finds its target. That's Taylor. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe. It's a gain of 4 there. And the huge conversion gets them to set it down.
Move the chain! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
All set now. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Herbert. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Again, they'll run with Herbert. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a 3rd of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
He's going to loft one deep to the left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Austin McNamara on now to punt. Slow snap, but he's able to get this one away. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here.
Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick.
LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. He sent a man in motion. Hampton gets the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Good Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate, they can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they stuff your stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Caught quickly on the slant. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Now an inside give to Hampton. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Herbert from the gun. That's caught. Keenan Allen. And they're going to hold him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Exactly 2 minutes to play in half number 1. Chargers currently on top here at SoFi. New set of downs for them from the 31. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And that one's complete. Amari on Hampton. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Play action now for Herbert. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Now Herbert again. On the screen, this is Harris. And they're going to be set up with 1st and goal as this goes out of bounds, Brock, at the 3-yard line.
At that down and distance, this group is pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. So long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
They've got 3 tight ends on this 1st and goal, thinking run or play action. Hampton has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. The Jets take their first time out as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. He gets it again. And he gets nothing here. The defense stands strong. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
When you get stuff like that on a 2nd down run, the focus kind of shifts from getting a 1st down to just giving your punter enough room to get the ball out.
They've been kept down so far. Need to find a couple more yards here on 3rd and goal. Herbert now. And that's caught in the end zone for the LA touchdown. The Chargers grow their lead just before halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers double their lead to 14.
17. Jets 3.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now here comes the New York offense. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Tua now from the gun. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say is that one falls incomplete this first half so far. It's not met the standard they set for themselves.
On the 24 once again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Here's Tua. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. To the air on 3rd and long. He's making a bid for it. And he's tackled for a short gain. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
4th down.
Another punt coming up. Austin McNamara to again do the honors. McConkey on to return. Little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Out comes the Charger offense late in this first half. And with that 2-score lead, partner, they've got the option here. You can sit on it, or they could try something really aggressive. Offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Quincy Williams has it.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that hit. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. You're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
The Jets headed out on offense late in this first half. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory. They've got a short field after that pick. They've got 1st down here from the 36. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. It's caught right side by Johnson. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Offensive line. This is 2nd and 4. Tua setting up to throw. Setting up the running back screen. And this winds up a short gain to the 29. Tuipulotu in for the tackle. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun. Tagovailoa. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
So on 4th down, here comes Nick Folk to attempt this for the Jets. He was good on his first attempt, and his second from a little over 45 here. And the kick by Folk is good. There's a flag down, and if this is defensive, could give him a first down.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
At their own 35-yard line.
Get your money up. I put money down. On all of us. On my people now. On what I love. Ooh, baby, and that.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. So call this a modest gain here, Brock. About 3 yards, 2nd down coming up. Just 2 seconds left in the half as we get a timeout. Here comes the final play of our first half. It's Hampton on 2nd. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hanson. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hanson and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate the update as always. And welcome back, everyone. 3rd quarter about to get underway. Had a 2-score ball game here as we resume play. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. On the return, it's Haskins. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Here come the Chargers for their first drive of the 2nd half. And they really lean on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the 3rd.
I'm airing you 'cause I'm an anxious state, no worries daily. But if I link my keys, it goes away down Honeyland. I gotta find with all the baby, jet.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running it with Hampton. Oh man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game. This one's quickly mocked up too. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
Okay, you know I love to say that the NFL game is a game of adjustments. You come out of halftime, and you know you've got to impact the quarterback. You got to get home, and it's exactly what they do on this opening drive.
Third down, Jets into the dime. Here he goes, third and long. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Matt McConkey with a touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, but he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by it.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers push their lead to 18.
Maybe on that rapid pay the bills. Now I'm finished, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you sold, but still sold down a hurt. Wanna do it, we can do it on the turf. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keeps scrolling to the left, dog. She gon'
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Jets offense now set to take over. Down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. New York to the line, 1st and 10. Let's start with a give to Davis. And he's hit and sent out of bounds, so this ends as a gain of close to 7, 2nd down.
The cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Going right back to Davis. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Manages a gain of 3 there. And that's good for a Jets 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Switching it up here, Tagovailoa to throw. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And it's good for a New York 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
1st down, here's Tua. Connects with his back, Khalil Herbert. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw. It stopped it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Steps up and he's running with it. And they're going to keep moving forward, Bob, down inside the opposing 30. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Jets first down.
13 yards. First down, New York.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Davis gets it from the gun. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal. We'll get an injury stoppage. That's one of the Chargers who's pretty shaken up and being tended to. They'll come up on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Davis. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Jets start the second half with some needed points. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Nick Folk now for the extra point. He hits it true despite some issues with that snap. And the Jets make it an 11-point ball game.
Jets 13.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. On the return, it's Haskins. This makes it up to the 25. The Chargers and wide receiver Ladd McConkey set for another drive. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Hampton now up the middle. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
This is Harris on 2nd down. Fights his way through a tackle. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's a type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
1st and 10. Here's Hampton. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line. They said with that sack in mind, Brock, we all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure for in the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
To the air this time. Herbert has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
And the Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Herbert on first down. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against you.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He's hoping to get that one to Keenan Allen. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
On 3rd down, Herbert. In big trouble now, and the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. All right, so they retain possession, but they're going backwards, Brock, after they put it on the ground. Well, they scramble back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got 4th down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. With how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now they got to be special.
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. Secures this at the 17. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Jets and Isaiah Davis to take over once more. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10. Starting this drive with a design run. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it's good for a New York first down.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Jets.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Taylor going downfield, it's caught. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. Jim Harbaugh, no stranger to barking at officials, and he's going to make them take another look at this one.
The previous play is under review.
Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So Jim Harbaugh rejected on the challenge. The call's going to stand. So first down from the 41. It's on the in route. And what a big play that was on first down, but we also have a flag. This might be coming back.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back.
Still first down.
So after they march off the 5 yards, here's 1st and 15. Short pass brought in. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Complete to 9 Mitchell. Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 13.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Tua looking to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. Austin McNamara will kick this away. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Receiver in motion. He's headed right. Herbert now off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Okay, this defense finally said enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
They'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion. Back to the air, Herbert. On the screen, this is Harris. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's the Chargers with the football and a comfortable lead as they try to finish off this win. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. 3rd and long for him here. Into the hands of Ganson. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
42 yards. And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 from the 43.
Hey, we gotta switch it up, we gotta switch it up, we gotta switch it up.
It's Herbert once more. Finds him on the crossing route. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This kid's down inside the 35-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
First down. First and 10.
We hear about basketball on grass so much more of the space and speed coming to the NFL game. That play's so indicative of it. Get that point guard in the open field and let him do his thing.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Motion a receiver left. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Downfield, and he has McConkey. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
He brings it in. He almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. This is Allen on the give. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal.
Went into their bag tricks just a little bit there. The surprise handoff, not enough to get the touchdown. But I'll tell you what, I'm kind of excited to see the next wrinkle off that one, because I don't think that was just a one-off.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Herbert from the gun. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Dicker connects there. And despite that bad snap, they're able to tack on 3.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. Touchdown to field goals, not going to get it done anymore.
I'm getting paid talking rap on the internet. Yeah, my name green, but I ain't crab, I be generous. LA to Virginia, I just sold my latest song. Japanese denim flying straight from Manapon. Rolling out to Durban, Baba pudding with some rum.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On return, here comes Davis. He dodged the tackle. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa. Taken in by Mitchell, right side. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable to create space to take that shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Tua off the play fake. Gets it again to Mitchell. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Jets 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
finds him over the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it's good for a New York first down.
13 yards.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the first down.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Slot receivers headed left. Running out of the gun with Davis. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Jets.
Easily add the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Okay, from my vantage point up here, that was pretty close to drawing a penalty flag. Risky decision on first down. There was a target in the area, so thus, no penalty, and we move on to second.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Shotgun handoff to Herbert. He'll scrape together a few yards, but not much. Third down coming up.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Throw here, third down. And he will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets now within one score in the fourth. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Volk on now to try the point after. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, you can't do that. Got to avoid hitting the kicker. And because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Here's Hampton to open the drive. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
That's bringing pressure, and they got him. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. That's going to bring up a tough third down.
We get so stuck, Kate, on decision-making being the ball in the hands and where's he throwing it. The ball in the hands in the passing game, and what kind of decision is he going to make? When in reality, in this game, in the fourth quarter, decision-making is also knowing when to salvage a play. Salvage that real estate that's so important to try to play a little add-on and make this a two-score game. That sack, that's not going to help in that decision at all.
Back to throw it.
Intended for a
You
run
never
game.
ever as an offense like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Punting unit out
In
now.
punt formation.
And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Ooh, snaps a little off, but he adjusts and sends it away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Jets out to begin another drive. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. And the Chargers get home and they drop him. Nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
That is some serious defensive urgency that really does, Kate, match the situation we're in. This is a one-score game. Even though they have gotten after this quarterback all game long, they know they can't let up now.
Might be time to reach in the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack. Takes off right out of the read option. And he'll still have some work to do now on 3rd down as he only manages to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice little welcoming party waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. No surprises that time. This defense was ready.
Nickel look by the Chargers here, 3rd down. Looking to throw. And he got there in time. He's taken down. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Jets down by 7. The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down. Desperation time here. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Hampton. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal. The Jets take their first time out. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. Hampton. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
The 5-yard line.
Every time I start to believe something taken from me. Life's gotta always be missing.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Trying again with Hampton. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1.
Short of the goal line.
Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one.
Now 3rd
And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. He's back to throw. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown. know this by now, Rob. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Dicker on now for the PAT.
Extra point.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers double their lead to 14.
Chargers 34, Jets 20. Cameron Dicker to kick
Dicker
off.
all lined up and ready to boot it away. Wangu now to return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
Jets take over.
The Jets and Isaiah Davis to take over once more. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Now Tua to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down, that's check down, that's check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again, here's Tua. To the sideline and intercepted. No, it's incomplete. He had the pick. Just couldn't hang on, though. And this drive lives on to see 3rd down. Well, this goes for every player in every sport, Brock. Fatigue in the 4th quarter. So that can mean dropped interceptions just as much as it can mean a dropped catch, too.
And believe it or not, Kate, quarterbacks, they can get fatigued, too.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much physically as their buddies running around and hitting, but mentally. You just get tired there as a passer. You start to assume, and that's a dangerous place to play.
And he'll get it up to the 44.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Desperation time here on 4th. And again, they drop the interception. This time it's a good thing, though. Much better field position without it. Thanks to the turnover on downs. And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Design quarterback run here. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. Well, partner, another contest in the books. Great work, and as always, a pleasure to call it with you up here in the booth.
No matter how many games we call together, it never loses its excitement. No two games are exactly the same, so there's always a new story waiting to be told when we get to this field on game day.
With Brock Huard and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.